Welcome, everyone. Whoa. Whoa, yes. Welcome back to the world of Cairne, everyone. It's so good to see you all. Players, watchers, viewers, strange spirits hanging in the background.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, indeed. Yes. Goodness, we've had such an exciting run these last few weeks. Thankfully, we have the illustrious Debbie Snax back with us as Uki. She has been very missed. Exactly. I'm thrilled to be here to resume our journey through Cairn's spirit realm as things get kind of weird and creepy and dark and shadowy. Would anyone like to dive in for a recap? If not, I'll do some. It's up to you guys.
I will take a crack at it.
Get you some.
So, we began our last session with most of the party having been pulled through a portal. My bad. I'm gonna get that right out front. This one's on me, or rather it's on listener, whose curiosity about matters spiritual still gets the better of him sometimes. He's working on it. But we stepped through a rift in its final moments of existence, and we have emerged in the spirit realm. Spirit realm of Cairne, as it turns out, is a bit of a mishmash of places in the corresponding real world, but things are a little different here. Gravity doesn't seem to want to work properly, which is to our advantage because we hate taking fall damage. Light also doesn't really want to work, but we're managing to get our way around that. The spirits of the dead are out and about, all manner of them. They are functionally immortal here, as well as anyone can tell. After all, where are they going to go? But they are a little more active, and their touch is draining. Draining is probably the right word to go with. Even the ones that do not mean you harm will be doing you harm a decent amount of the time.
They just wanted a hug.
Listener feels real bad about this. He was just gonna peek his head through. He said, this is fine. This risks no one but myself for knowledge that literally could not be acquired any other way. And now everybody's here. He has taken it upon himself to get the party out of here or die trying, and has begun spending his own spiritualist energy as a mortificationist to make it so. Anyway, so he immediately led the party into a trap.
But did he touch the gun? Please tell me he didn't touch the gun on the table.
Did not touch the gun. This is probably worse.
A little bit.
This is maybe more dangerous. So, as it turns out, all portals of any kind are one way only here in the spirit world. And we immediately poked our head inside one of these houses, and we're likely going to be trapped until our, if not demise, then inspiritification.
We're out of it, remember?
We are now. We were trying some stuff. Listener was getting ready to just try and blow the lid on the place. Az said, well, let me call on some artist powers and see what we get. We got a bit of a surprise. Remind me what you've named this faction. The Lacrimonious Conclave, is that right?
Lacrimatory.
The Lacrimatory.
Lacrimatory Conclave.
The Lacrimatory Conclave. I was close.
The really sad song has a name.
The really sad song has a name and an artist, which Church will provide.
Yes. That was actually Queen Bridget of the Shawnekeesians, or at least in spirit.
Yes, so someone very familiar to us, if not our characters, was dispatched from the Lacrimatory Conclave and performed the old switcheroo to get us out of the building, trapping herself, in theory, forever. Listener has sworn himself in obligation, one more spirit to free in the long run, but we're back on the road.
This is true. And I think that's right about where we're at, yeah?
Yep, that brings us
Yeah.
up.
Nice, very nice. So yes, the shadows dance and are deepened in every corner and nook and cranny that you pass. The light seems like a fading memory more than an illustrious presence. Each of you glows slightly as you move through the misty shadow realm of the spirit world. The air is cold and stagnant. Gravity seems lessened. Your movements seem almost dreamlike as you press onward into the gloom beyond, with the faint memory of that sad song still ringing in your minds. You trudge forward.
I continue to project a ghostly light out of this silver sewing needle with a remarkably dark past.
Absent-mindedly hum a song that I don't know.
That's fair.
So I think we're trying this stairway, this path here.
All right. So, as you come down this decline, keep Uki up there kind of near you guys till she gets in. As you come down the decline, the odd-shaped steps spread out, kind of an odd pattern. Up ahead of you, you see the remains of what appears to have been maybe a temple of some sort, covered in a strange, webby-like mist that flows and fluctuates and moves from pillar to pillar, clinging to each ruined structure as though bound there by some unseen force, and yet detached enough that it seems to move almost of its own volition. In the distance, you see a wayward spirit wandering aimlessly on its own.
Does the structure of the temple seem familiar at all?
It's hard to say. Because of the misty covering, it's hard to get too many details, especially in the gloom and darkness.
Gotcha. Can we make our way around it without coming too close?
Potentially, yeah. Keep in mind, if you fall off the edge, you're not sure what'll happen. Dun, dun, dun.
Nothing good, I'm sure. Approaching cautiously,
All right.
watching for reactions out of the misty forms.
All right.
Does
So
the wandering spirit seem to be approaching it at all?
the wandering spirit is staring at you intently and, yes, moving towards you.
Towards us, not towards the temple.
Yes.
Mm.
There's a strange firmness to its structure, this spirit. Different than the others.
Ah, hell. I move to stand before the party.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
Saoirse is watching intently. She doesn't know what's going on, but she sees the listener moving about to the front, so she's just, cautious, as she has been since we came.
Okay.
Uki has unstrapped, but not removed from her back, Pitch. Because Pitch is on her back, strapped back there. And so she has it ready
Okay.
to go.
All right.
As well as, obviously, her pistols are at her sides, loaded as always.
Of course. Always prepared. That's our Uki. Alright. So, listener, have you stopped? Because I see Genesis, she's still edging around there.
It's Genesis doing Genesis things. I have stopped. I would like to inspect the approaching spirit. This one's a little different, obviously, but I'll take a chance on identifying it.
Okay. So, you're allowing them to just steadily move closer?
Yes. For now.
Alright. Uh-oh. Genesis pulling out the powers. I'm asking who's cured. Okay.
Yes,
Have I
normal
not
Genesis
done this
things.
stupid things and roll yet. Jesus.
Listener, what was your roll for? Was that your spiritualist ability?
That's the spiritualist ability. That's my attempt to identify the spirit here on the other side of the veil where everything's a little wonky.
Okay. So I'll say that as you're getting closer and this distance is closing in, the spirit's figure and shape is strangely solid, strangely together more than the others, less of a wispy presence as it moves through the mist rather than kind of exuding it. You see a face of a very comely dwarven woman, very almost regal as she strides across the misty wasteland before you. Moving close, her eyes just glimmer with a strange light, and it's dead set, like pegged on you, watching your every movement as she closes the distance.
Okay, so at that range there, I will reach out to the spirit mentally. You know, usual psychic communication for me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get a response?
What are you saying or communicating?
If I can get a connection, I will simply say, "Hold, traveler. What can I do for you?"
Her voice seems to echo almost in reverse, but strangely far away and yet right in your ear at the same time, those of you that have ears. As she pauses, looks you very carefully up and down, and says in a very refined voice, in Dwarven. Does anybody speak Dwarven? I believe Uki does.
Does Wilhelm also? I know Wilhelm has a couple of languages. I just have the telepathy, so if that comes over that, I get the meaning.
Yeah, it'll come over that as well.
Yeah, I think Uki and Belethir were only two who spoke Dwarven.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay. Well, in perfect Dwarven, but in a dialect you're unfamiliar with, possibly the old dialect of the original kingdom of Underhome, she states very plainly, "And who are you to tell me to stop in my tread?"
And of course, I'm going to convey this immediately to the group.
Okay.
She
Listener-
have a point.
Listener draws himself up very tall and says, "No one at all." But I am holding a sword, though.
She laughs. Oh, my. Strange though you are, creature, I find your humor most appealing. She steps forward one more step. Would you run me through with your blazing blade of flame, or Would you beat me down with the haft and try to humiliate me amongst my kin? Perhaps you would like to capture me, put me in a cage and stick me with sharp objects while your friends laugh. What exactly is your intention, creature?
Quite frankly, none of that actually sounds particularly appealing. I would like to get my friends out of here. They don't seem to take very well to the land of the dead.
And you would just step through the threshold and on your merry way into the sunlight, would you?
I do miss the sunlight. Oh, it's been so long.
Well, you're going to miss it for a very long time. There is no way from this place. You realize that, don't you?
I suspected. But this is not entirely true.
Oh, no?
Indeed. They are rare, but we entered through one such. We will depart through another.
I admire your optimism, creature. But unless you intend to use that sword, might I ask that you put it away?
I'm afraid I'm not too good at swords. I've nowhere to put it away to. I've just been carrying it around.
You are a strange one. Why do you look so?
I hold up my hands and I say, I don't believe my people were yet born when you came here.
I've not seen your people here at all.
Yes. I still don't know if that's good or not.
I suppose that's a rather large conversation. And while we have endless reams of time at our fingertips, I think I'll find it amusing to watch you struggle for a few thousand years as you desperately attempt to find the door out.
Well, if you would care to observe for some time, I'm sure we can keep it up for at least another 50.
Oh. That's the thing about this place, is so many, much like yourselves, come here and don't realize that they're already dead.
Listener tilts his head and he looks at this dwarven woman. Very self-assured, very self-aware. I admit myself equally fascinated of you. I have met many dead, and so few of them had such self-assuredness.
Well, I, unlike most, chose to be here.
Did you take the traditional route?
Traditional?
Dying. Ours was somewhat unorthodox.
I have died, yes. Died 1,000 times over, in fact.
Oh, that sounds terrible. I wouldn't recommend that at all.
I deserve every single one.
Oh. I think once you're dead, it all kind of washes.
You'd be surprised.
What did you do to deserve it so?
She kind of fades slightly, like her form goes slightly more translucent as her head droops down and her eyes flicker and dim. She looks down at the ground and clasps her hands in front of her, kind of begins to rub one toe into the dust of the misty ground in front of her. She says, 200 years ago, I saved them from the pain of the shadow that engulfed us all, only to realize that we were to be saved. I damned myself for that discrepancy, and I won't soon forgive myself for the monstrosity that I have committed amongst my own kin.
Though that's interesting, because I don't know if listener knows enough dwarven history to realize what events are being referred to here.
That's all good. Go with it.
But I bet somebody else might.
Uki definitely would.
Yeah.
Wilhelm might. He's very educated.
I have no idea. I was in a wall at the time.
You were so busy, man.
I was busy doing wall stuff. Uh-oh.
Oh, cycling.
Yeah, must be.
Join in on the new machine.
Welcome back.
Was Uki translating all this?
She has been, yeah.
Can I see if I know what this is in regards to?
History? What? Yeah, you can make a history roll. Go for it.
Sorry, bear with me. They changed the layout, so Wilhelm's farther down.
Das ist gut, ja.
I would also like to try on the basis of the fact that Ventrites are traveling people and their history is mainly word of mouth. Knowing about the cultures of other people isn't necessarily something you'd learn by being highly educated. You can also learn about it through,
That's fair.
stories.
I'll allow it. Go for it. Well, with your role, I'll say that you recognize the timeline and can kind of guess the overarching event that she's referring to, but you don't really know enough of the dwarven side to know the exact specifics. Yeah. It was a good try.
Uki, it's your chance.
You're muted, though, just in case.
Yeah, I was having a little trouble. I couldn't hear y'all through my desktop.
Oh, there you go.
So I couldn't hear y'all through my desktop, so I had to go ahead and log back in via phone. So
You're good.
okay. So,
Excuse me.
Welcome back. What was the last thing you heard?
conversation where she was not being not being a good hostess, saying she's gonna watch us just kind of languish, and maybe, by the way, you may already be dead and you don't even realize it. So yeah, definitely not the most hospitable party host I've met so far.
Okay. To catch you up on the relevant bit, she then began discussing what she did to deserve her own repeated deaths. Didn't really elaborate on that, but she has made reference to events of dwarven history, sort of implying that she was a leader of the dwarven people at the time of the Blight, and made a decision that damned a great number of them in attempting to save them. We have decided and established via roles that most of the rest of us don't know dwarven history well enough to really pick that up, but you probably would.
Oh, got it. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yes. So let me see how I am in that history department, because I kind of feel like So I guess here's the question. I understand Dwarven. I was translating what she was saying. When listener speaks, is she able to understand listener but is only communicating back within Dwarven?
No, she's actually communicating verbally, but listener has a connection, so he's siphoning what...
Yeah, I get to understand it without actually speaking Dwarven.
Understood. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm basically going to state something to everyone in because she can't necessarily understand us, right?
Oh, she probably understands.
Yeah,
Okay.
she understands a good bit.
Yeah. So then my hand gesture would essentially be some of the effect of, let's do a little pantomime here. I'm kind of, the pantomime I'm giving is responsible, many deaths, entire race, and this and that. So, it's like my flames down the side of my face, just trying to explain to you that if she were capable of causing the deaths of so many, she's not, this person right now, she's not sympathetic to us. We're not going to be able to plead a case with her. But with that stated, I'm going to go to my sheet.
Are you pantomiming this, or are you hand form, like, signing it?
It's kind of like hand form signing it.
Well, she's asking because the Ventrite actually have like a sign language form.
Yeah.
She's wondering if you're speaking in that language or just making general hand motions.
More general hand motions, the kind that you wind up getting, offending people instead of actually like getting offended.
Okay.
Genesis looks over at Uki with pointed interest, watching the gestures, and then looks slightly disappointed.
Well, I will say that. I will say that in her defense, it is the idea about, okay, it's more of the military gestures, right?
Okay.
That the military gestures of communicating how many people are on the field, are they friendlies or not, are they enemies, what's the risk of danger, that type of thing. So basically I'm saying gird your loins, prep yourself, this might get nasty.
Okay.
But I'll try to do a saving throw for history, see if I can do anything.
Oof.
I know what you mean.
Yep.
But it's just so primitive. I can't.
Yeah.
That was that's all right.
Yeah.
All right, so all this being said, I will have listener roll history just in case we can salvage that.
All right, go ahead.
Just because you can't hear it doesn't mean it's not a language, okay?
Never heard of the Grundholm massacre in my life.
So yeah, it's the dice are not on your side right now.
What happened to Grundholm? That place was beautiful. What do you mean?
Oh, you saw what happened to it.
When?
Oh my god.
We're in it.
It was a while ago.
I've slept since then.
I've slept since then. I love it.
Grandpa's old. You're gonna have to remind me. What?
I fell asleep in history class.
Poor Uki.
I was doing wall stuff when that happened. You're gonna have to fill me in.
All right, so none of us know exactly what's being referred to obliquely here. That's fine. Listener will poke at it slightly and say, by your people, I assume you mean the dwarves, and, well, I suppose they're doing as well as anybody.
Are they?
They survive.
Do you think I don't know what's happening to my kinsmen beyond this misty realm?
I would be very surprised if you told me you did.
So at this point, she kind of bows up. I mean, granted, she's a dwarf, so, and you're very tall, but she...
Makes it to half height.
She stands up tall and kind of looks you up and down like she's about to just pummel you. And she says, "You, creature, are an absolute fool. Let me tell you some truth."
I wait patiently.
She says, "I am not bound to this realm such as you. I came here of my own volition, and I may leave of my own volition whenever I feel the urge take me. I have watched my kinsmen suffer and languish beneath the shadows, beneath the feet of all the rest of you." And she kind of waves a finger across the rest of the people in the group. "While you have done nothing to help stem the tide of darkness that threatens your very existence, that eats at the very heart of Cairn itself. Your planet is dying, inch by rotten inch. And yet, you want to lecture me about what I do and do not know, about how my poor people have suffered.
I love how she said that to the people who are literally, like, trying to complete the somnambulist prophecy and are trying to stem the tide of darkness.
The irony.
Exactly.
Well, my apologies, dear lady. I thought you were, well, you know, a permanent resident. Most of them are. But you've given me new knowledge today. I suppose, might I offer some of ours?
By all means, astound me.
The dead gods walk. They speak to us. And we are on a journey. I look over at Saoirse expectantly.
So, Saoirse will, like, first look to Uki and nod, like, you know, hoping that she translates for the woman, because Saoirse doesn't know a lick of Dwarven, as we've, you know, established. And Saoirse will say, "We're on the journey for the fourth somnambulist prophecy to try and stem the very tide of darkness that eats away at Cairn."
All right.
So I'm going to translate and say, she's doing what you're talking about. Don't give us grief.
Did you say that to the Dwarven woman?
Yeah, and then I will actually translate what you said, because I'm just like going, hey, that's what we're here for. That's why I'm with this group. I was skeptical with intentions, but I have learned over the time spent that this is indeed the journey. It's why I am here. It's why I have been directed by my people, by my race, to support this mission.
Interesting. So do me a favor, Uki. Give me a... I'll let you choose, persuasion or intimidation.
Can she roll with advantage since she was translating Saoirse's words?
Well, this is for this is something kind of specific.
Okay.
Okay. So her head whips around, and you can almost see like this tracer of movement from her as it whips around, and her attention fully focuses on you, Uki. Her eyes kind of blaze to life, and with a blur of movement, she actually lifts up off the ground, hovers up through the air in like a blink, and is right in your face, and you can feel like just this cold aura emanating off of this creature, this spirit, and she's looking you up and down with a slight snarl on her lip, and she says, "You dare to lecture me?"
I am not lecturing. I pull myself up, put my hands on my hip, and I say, I am not lecturing. I am merely stating the truth. And if you cannot accept that, and if you can accept that that is the honest answer, if you, in whatever power you have, cannot understand the true intent of this, then I pity you, because perhaps, maybe.
Contemplating the scale of phantasm that you have insulted.
I'm tired. I'm
No.
sure you're
Yeah.
tired. I'm tired, and I'm sure you are as well, of this challenge. And we can't do it. We are but mere. Can I say mortals? Beings. We are mere beings who are doing what little we can. We know we may not be able to save and rectify the ills of the past, but we are doing what we can to affect that change with this group.
What's funny is I think that's probably much more affecting when it starts out as bluster and then kind of falls apart halfway through.
All right. Pay
That's a super heartfelt statement.
pay no attention to this. Okay. Uki, she leans in real close. Once again, like you can feel like this cold coming off of her, and almost as if like some essence of who you are is being pulled towards her, like this slight vacuum. She leans in and says, "Lend me your ear. I have a secret to tell."
We trust one another here.
You shouldn't, but you should probably do what she says.
Wait, actually, yeah. I gotta say, who's all on deck? I said, we trust each other. We are open, but I understand that there may be something that you perhaps want to share in confidence.
Mm-hmm.
What, pray tell?
Do you lean in to let her whisper in your ear?
I will lean in. I perhaps it's arrogance. I don't think it's arrogance. I think with a calm. I'm not fearful. As I say, if I die, it's going to be through my own choice and action. So, I'll lean in.
Okay. Uki, give me an intelligence save, please, as she blows gently in your ear. Wow.
I'm not sure.
Nice.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Firm mental energies today.
Yes.
Uki's having none of it. All right.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
All right. So, as she blows in your ear, Uki, you can feel that cold chill, like, enter into you through your ear, and like this icy claw of tendrils of death just reaching towards your brain and your heart. And for a moment, you go cross-eyed, and you start to lose not consciousness, but control, as you feel the spirit starting to slip in and take over your mind. Then in a moment of your most abject just strength and discipline, that training kicks in full force, and that iron will just shuts it down. The spirit is launched backwards into the pillars and mist of the temple with just tremendous force as she screams, "Ah!" kicking and wailing and flailing about wildly. And you manage to kind of shake it off. And the creature seems stunned as she hits one of the pillars of the strange misty temple.
Ooh. How'd you do that? Never mind. I take a step closer. I call out to the spirit. Are you all right over there?
You get no answer.
I look back at the party. Well, despite how it was going, I was enjoying that conversation. I thought it was very helpful. I would hate to just leave. Be an easy way to make another enemy, and I don't want to make any enemies here.
So what are you guys doing?
And cautiously moving around the ruins.
Okay, go ahead.
I just keep moving on. I mean, like.
So moving up this direction?
I think so.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll let everyone kind of move up to where Az is. If you want to. Don't have to, obviously.
I'll take a step closer to keep an eye on him, but I'm still watching the Dwarven Queen's spirit for signs of activity.
Alright.
Well, and Uki's getting to the point where it's like, look, I ain't got time for that. We got pulled into this because of listeners' curiosity, and I realized while we might get some important information, yeah, let's just keep moving along.
So,
if he
She
seems to
said
be...
she can enter and leave at will. That would be a useful skill.
I will say, as you're moving past the temple, the web-like mists that are kind of flailing about that I mentioned earlier, you see them beginning to wrap around the specter, slowly cocooning her. And as you pass the proximity of the temple, you see the webs reaching for you as you go by.
Oh, that's not good. That's very bad, actually.
Thinking what I'm thinking.
I don't want to stand any close. Wilhelm, may I borrow your arquebus?
What? No. Do.
Certainly. Can I ask what your thoughts are?
I'm going to try to hit the web and see if I can get her back off of there. It'd be such a shame for a spirit to survive 200 years, dancing back and forth between the living and the dead realms, and then just be eaten by a building.
What? She said she's died 1,000 times. I don't think being eaten by a building is the end for her.
Which was nearly the end for us.
I think that's different.
Still, I feel obliged to try. One moment, and I borrow Wilhelm's arquebus.
So we're just going to shoot the building?
I'm thinking the mist in
Couldn't do
particular.
with a gun
Would-
against a spider web.
Oh, don't worry, I have something for that.
Oh. I pulled out the arquebus.
Alright.
I
Sure.
load it first.
Ah, thank you. I was always a little confused on how that worked. Church,
give
I'd
it-
like to do something.
Alright, what are you gonna do?
I would like to use the arquebus to smite the enfolding spider webs
Alright.
with my mortificationist smite.
Ah. You're actually using it as a channeling device then.
Yes. So I've been using the sword so far, but I figured the arquebus would work.
I don't see why not. Alright, well, let's get a roll to hit. You're not really familiar with the weapon.
No, I am not. So let me... It's a dex-based weapon, right?
Yes.
That doesn't go super well for me, but I will roll anyways.
Well, we'll just see if you can hit the broadside of a building. Yeah,
Yeah, broadside of a building is hopefully a fairly low AC. My range isn't so complicated.
I hope you roll a 1. Secretly.
I really would rather not. Please don't roll. God, that sucks so bad.
Don't jinx us, bro.
That would be so bad. All right, here we go.
You got this.
Not a 1.
17.
Woo!
All right. So give me your spiritualist roll too, please.
You got it. Oh, real big.
Nice, nice. All right, so blam! You see, if listener had eyes, they would go wide as they feels the kick of an arquebus for the first time.
It's a good thing I weigh 350 pounds.
Fire and sparks go blasting out the front of it. He's like, ugh. I don't like that. Plants, fire, no. But no, as you do, you kind of focus your ability into the projectile as it's pushing through the weapon, and it comes out in this spiraling kind of tangle of spectral energy, visible, and strikes the building, the pillars near where the spirit is being wrapped up. Unfortunately, it just blasts into the internal structure and vanishes.
Oh, so it didn't do shit?
It doesn't seem to have, no.
Ah, I was really hoping to at least dissipate them briefly.
It was a good try. Definitely a good try.
I'll scratch like a stray bit of bark behind my neck and say, huh. No response from the spirit still? The echo?
No.
I feel very poorly about this. Genesis, do you think your powers would work on a spirit here? Could you just sort of... He makes a pulling motion.
Wow, that's an interesting question. Can I use kinesis on a spirit?
I think if you yeet hard enough, you can do a spirit too.
Kinesis affects the physical world.
But we are in the world of the dead. I thought the rules might have changed slightly, just like they have for everything else.
Yep.
It's possible.
See, I feel like I had a thing, yeah.
You want to try and dominate the spirit?
I think she's looking for the kinesis box.
No, I was trying to go for domination because kinesis is physical, like we said. And I put a lot of these in here because they would be things that I could do in the old system, but we're trying to move to the 5 category. So a lot of these intentionally don't work in a later skill listings. Like mind absorption is obviously not going to roll correctly because I don't have that skill yet. So mainly these are just here for descriptions and categories of other things that I used to be able to do in terms of like, you can do this, 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 this. We're not doing that anymore. So like...
No, go ahead. Be creative. What do you want to do?
So our intention here is to bring this spirit closer so we can either... We're not going to fight it, right?
Listener would very much like to not do that. He just feels really bad that he may have doomed it to an eternity here by just our party bumping into it, and would love to ask it some questions about, you know, maybe transiting between the spirit world and the world of the living.
So I feel like when we've been talking to this spirit, there have been so many instances of how dare you that have like blustered them up, like as if they feel like we're insulting them with the way that we're saying things. So it would be great if I could use my ability to be aware of like the emotional state of others and read vibes and energy and put out like a more welcoming energy that wouldn't be so insulting to the dwarven spirit here.
So empathy.
So I don't think that we're like, trying to offend them, or insult their abilities or their stature, because you're like, how dare you lecture me? Like, that's not our role in this. We're not trying to lecture you. We just want to understand, learn from you, and
So you want to use empathy to calm her down.
I want to use empathy to
Make her feel friendly towards you.
calm the situation and bring things in, and like use that sort of natural person of the people type energy that I have naturally. Just kind of...
I do have to ask how this solves the more immediate spider web problem.
Excuse me.
Is the spider web attacking us?
The spider web is enwrapping her, and she's not conscious. And we've just learned how buildings tend to work here.
So we just need to take care of the web first. We don't need to we need to bring her physically closer.
Physically closer,
like manually.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I cannot do that.
All right,
okay?
That's what I wanted to request. That's what I was asking about.
I can't reach out and grab a spirit and pull it to me. Like, my thing, they need to be conscious for me to negotiate with them for that to work. So we probably want like a lasso or some shit. I don't know. I don't. I can't. I don't even know if psychokinesis is a thing.
It's still kinesis.
But it's psycho. Does that work for spirits, or is that just my mind doing things to move physical objects?
Roll those dice and find out.
Kinesis allows you to manipulate the physical world. You have to have a physical target to grab a hold of. Do you think that she is physical enough for you to grab, is the question.
The webs are physical, right?
Way more physical than the other spirits.
Yeah, you did say that. And I mean, we are in a place where basically everything around us is at this sort of baseline level of incorporeality.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not saying she's not. I'm saying this is the question that would be running through your mind. Can I do this? You're welcome to try. Remember, you have limited points. Not to discourage you.
She's being grabbed by the webs.
She's being slowly cocooned by the webs.
I know the webs are physical, right? They're right there.
We don't know that.
Everything here seems a little less than physical.
I don't know. I feel like that's a spirit. That's a ghost being wrapped up in ghost webs. I don't know those are physical yet. So, like, I haven't touched them. I don't want to. They're very gross.
You really don't want to.
I really don't want to. So, like, I think I'm just like... The spirit stuff is your bag. Why are you, like, asking me? I thought you were the guy for that. What the hell?
Everything here is very strange. I tried. That really should have destroyed most things. It is well, Genesis. I will try one last thing. If not, then we must simply move on. Church, I would like to reach out to the echo once more, mentally. There's still no response.
What are you trying to... You just reaching out?
Yes, I'm trying to speak once again, I say. Are you conscious once more?
I'm dead.
Well. More than earlier? Is this a problem for you? Gesturing at the webs.
I've died 1,000 times, creature. I'll die 1,000 more. And yet my fate pales in comparison to what awaits you further down.
What awaits me, dear lady, is almost certainly oblivion, and the end of my foolish quest. It awaits all my people.
Would that
it's
you
not
were
so terrifying.
So lucky, creature. Would that you were so lucky. But for now, I must bid a fond adieu.
So long as you are not concerned, please do drop in on us once again.
With that, the webs completely cocoon her, and you see her form being drawn into the internal workings of the strange structure.
Turn back to the party. She seemed unworried. This is a very strange place. I'd like to leave.
Saoirse just nods vigorously in agreement.
Which variety of spirit have we got here?
It's a wisp.
I'm not super worried about the wisps.
It's just watching you. It's very curious.
Yes. I wave.
It doesn't seem to respond, but it's just
That's
watching.
normal. It's probably been a very long time since it waved at anything. Now that guy up there, though. That one I recognize.
Everyone's so worried.
Yeah, I mean we're handling them fine.
Worried.
Over to Az. I feel like we've
should
turned around.
Be here.
No, we very much should not, but I feel as if we've turned back the way we came. I don't think we want to do that.
Well, we do though, because if that way is another void.
How do you see so well down here?
What's wrong with your eyes? You don't see?
I don't have them.
Confusion.
I
How
really
you
thought
see-
that would be an advantage here, but no, it appears that eyes are still the way to go.
Eyes are an evolutionary advantage. That's why the gods gave them to us.
Yes, that, you see, there's your problem. I did not have one of
Excuse me.
those. I will take your word for it. We will proceed through our adversaries.
Creator was not generous and kind.
By the way, this one you're seeing up here,
Yes.
it's not a shade, if that's what you're thinking.
Oh, I thought it was a shade. Is that a seeker or what have you?
No, it's just a residual spirit.
Okay. Not super worried about that then.
Yeah, you'd be able to recognize the difference, which is why I mentioned it.
All right.
All right, so
We proceed across.
steady on. So you make your way through more ruined structures. This ancient crumbling stone, old moss and lichens, and strange looking vegetation that looks very out of place. Once again, it seems like the way forwards arches up onto a small plateau, or continues on to your left into what appears to be a roadway, almost like a cobblestone roadway.
I like that. I like roadway. You know, we hit this crossroads, and I sort of gesture down the road, and I say, "These typically go somewhere."
To the left, to the left.
I wish we knew where we needed to go next, or at least had some idea.
The number of creatures who could answer that question number very few, and we've antagonized one so far. Are these forming up a cordon on us, or are they just checking us out?
Oh no, these are advancing rapidly towards you.
Shit, what are these?
These are dark, wispy shadows of humanoid creatures.
Yeah. They do that.
Dark, wispy shadows of humanoid creatures. They have seen you and are actually advancing.
All right, I take a step back to form a coherent front line with the rest of the party.
Alright. So, now real quick, this is going to be combat. They saw you
Yeah.
coming and they're rushing you. They're bum rushing you.
Normal.
Before we dive in, do we want to get the union break out of the way? Because, combat, I'd hate to break combat in the middle,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
can bog down a little. I'm good for that.
Yeah, everybody cool with that?
I'm cool.
I could refresh my drink.
Alright. In that case, we're going to take a quick bio, grab our drinks, Before we go, make sure to check out our sponsor, Skull Splitter Dice. Metallic dice, big math rocks, best in the world. In fact, Barack Obama himself has 12 sets. I have it on good authority. Don't question it or look it up on Wikipedia. It won't be there because this is super secret knowledge that only...
Never fact check us. That's one of the only rules of the stream.
It's
Never
true.
fact check
Never.
us.
Just take everything at face value and believe it as fact. But we will be right back after that message from our sponsor. Don't touch that dial. Stay tuned. Und we're back. Alright. Just in time for some nastiness as this shadowy humanoid shapes launch out of the gloom ahead of you, twisting and turning through the darkness as they make their way towards your living flesh. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
Right. Saoirse's on the wall.
Come on, you can do it, Uki. There you go. I'm putting my sheet back. Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
My sheet is loading again. One moment.
Wilhelm's on fire. That's 2 1s tonight, Will.
No, only one so far.
No, your
The
history
other
roll.
one wasn't me.
Oh, was it not? The history roll wasn't you?
Nope, that was a 3.
Oh,
Uki rolled a 1 on history.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was close. It was close. I think that's the lowest intellectual roll I think you've ever made.
I have a +9.
Wow. Okay, you.
I'm having a little trouble. I was trying to go over to. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I was trying to change some stats earlier, and then I was having trouble with my sheet. But I'm back.
Okay. No worries.
I had trouble getting back to the front page, and you know when you've been paying too much Pathfinder when you forget how to use Roll20. There we go. Got it.
Wow, everyone's rolling low. Except Saoirse. Alright. So Saoirse, as these figures, if you can see them, can you see them?
They're definitely showing on my map, but I also think the lighting of the map is a little screwy, at least on my end, at least, because I can see the whole map presently.
Okay. No, that's fine. If you can see them, you can see them. It's all good. We won't nitpick. So yeah, you see them kind of launch out of the shadows and begin twisting and twirling, hovering at pretty. They're quick. They're moving quick. So, what would you like to do?
Yeah, so Saoirse's quick reaction is going to be to protect everyone.
Okay. Providence. Everybody, please keep in mind you do have an AC bonus with that song playing. The song, in its own muffled way, begins to echo around you and through you. You can see like the visual impact of the notes wrapping around you strangely in this weird place. All right. Anything else for you, Saoirse?
She's gonna take a step backwards, and that's it.
All right. Listener.
Well, can I identify their type? As being
Shades.
Shades.
Definitely
Okay.
shades.
Definitely a shade sort of situation.
Yeah,
Okay.
you pick up on that pretty quick.
Our line is so good here already. I'd hate to spoil it too bad. I'm also really slow anyways, so I am going to hold position, ready in action. They're going to meet us here at the front line almost inevitably because shades are relatively predictable. They just rush you. It's just how they are. And I'm going to let loose a blow with the Crackstone Longsword, and I'm going to juice it a bit with the Mortificationist powers.
All right. Are you stepping up?
No, I'm staying where I am.
Holding an action?
Holding the action to do so, yes. Holding the front line.
All right. As
Alright.
you are still under the boon of the conclave. Keep that in mind.
Oh.
So if you utilize your ability, you will be pulling from that particular power.
See, I was thinking I didn't really have jurisdiction here.
You don't. They do.
We all got +1 from Saoirse and Queen Bridget playing together, remember?
Yeah,
I got that +1 for an hour.
that's right. That
Plus
would
one
still be
point.
effect. Inspiration bonus.
Oh, neat. So I think I'm gonna try something new.
Okay. What you got?
I've seen my friend Outside Voice here have great success with his crackstone sword. I don't understand the spiritual mojo that he's doing with it. It just looks to me like he's banishing spirits with his crackstone sword, and I don't have jurisdiction here really to be pulling and dispensing Shah's mercy.
Hmm.
So I will take 2 axes off the back of my belt, the crackstone and the ancient golden dwarven battle axe.
Ooh. Okay.
And then I will take a dodge action and
Okay.
end my turn.
All right. That works. Wow, these guys are just 4 in a row. Look at that.
That keeps happening.
All right. I know it's weird, isn't it?
Done that in like 3 straight combats across 2 games.
So the gibbering, like, cacophony that these 4 entities are spitting out at you as they are writhing and twisting through the air, hovering just above the ground, rushing your direction, suddenly goes silent. As one by one they vanish.
Hmm.
What the what?
So, I assume you guys can't see them on your map right now, right?
They have gone invisible.
Okay, so that trick worked. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, good. Okay. All right. Uki, you're up.
So I'm just like, that was kind of curious. I'm just gonna move up a little bit
All right.
and ready. But I still, I do, have, as I said, usually when I'm, when we're moving about, I'm cloaked and I keep pitch like out of sight on across my back.
Mhm.
And I guess that's a question I would ask though, is that just out of curiosity, often when we're around other entities or something of a void nature, that pitch does tend to warm up a bit.
Mhm.
Has it changed at all during this time? Like while we've been in here?
Not that you can tell noticeably just by the physical item.
Okay. Yeah, just kind of tend to like get a little warmer,
Yeah. Well,
So-
everything in this place is a little off.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna hold any action other than just move up. So I'm close next to Wilhelm.
All right. Are you holding an action to fire, or?
I'm holding an action to fire, yeah.
Okay. Genesis?
So when we fought Shades in the temple, we were told that it was a result of 2 things intersecting. The Black Gate and the Empathic Nexus.
Mhm.
So the time that I've faced these before, do I know that do I know if the same thing applies, like with the finding the source type deal?
Not sure. Most of what you know has been upended by where you are right now, so.
Yep. Okay.
Are you thinking about trying to look for a source again?
feel like that would be my first reaction, considering I don't really understand a lot of the spirity stuff.
It makes sense.
I like to hold, or I guess stay here and kind of watch them vanish and look at listener with a suspicious expression, like, huh? That.
So
I don't
I
believe they're
have
really
additional senses, but I figure you're gonna make me roll for it, so I wouldn't comment on knowing where they are or not until my own turn comes back around.
We're just reading the vibes right now. Like,
Yeah.
you're the ghost guy. I'm the not ghost. Clearly, we've established that if it's spooky, I can't touch it.
Yes. You look at me and listener says, they don't normally do that.
Okay. I hold my action to hit something with my brain, and that's it for me.
All right. I love that. Wilhelm.
I would like to see if I could see them or any trace of them. Like,
Okay.
just see if I can quickly spot
How?
anything.
Describe to me what you're doing.
I'm looking.
Just with your eyes.
Maybe kind of what we talked about earlier.
Refresh my memory. Sorry. Or you can type it to me if it's secret.
I was gonna have Wilhelm work on. I was holding off taking that level.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Starting to starting to gain spiritualist abilities.
That's right.
Hey, nice. You've been hanging out with me too long.
All right.
Actually, it was seeing the sadness and guiltiness of a goddess.
That's right. That's right.
Sensible.
So, did you take that level?
I have not taken
no.
that level.
But you're going into it, quote unquote.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. This. What's the spiritualist roll? Is it
It's int.
int plus proficiency?
Yep.
+1. Keep in mind you have the +1 bonus.
Okay. This plus 10,
16,
so 17.
17.
That 16. You're right.
You're getting close. Jeez. One more. 17.
I like it.
Wilhelm, you feel this strange sensation come over you, like this icy chill that kind of runs through your veins for a moment, and you feel like something snaps off and just bubbles up in the middle of your brain. It's a weird sensation. Your head kind of hurts for a second, and your ears start to ring really loud. You guys see Wilhelm kind of grab his forehead and close his eyes real tight and shake his head. And when you open your eyes again, Wilhelm, it's almost like a film's been peeled away from your vision, and everything looks just a little different. Suddenly, out of the corner of your eye, you see one of the shades move into position right here behind Saoirse, coming up as if to attack her in just a moment.
I like to gesture in that direction, and I think that'll be my turn.
Are you gesturing?
Yeah, well, trying to see.
You're just pointing at Saoirse?
I'm pointing behind. I don't think this is not something Wilhelm is used to, so...
Do you want to
I think
vocalize at all? I'll let you if you want to.
No, I think he's just gonna gesture. I don't think he's ready to, like... That took a lot more out of him think he wants to admit. So he's not really. He's just gesturing, kind of pointing at it, and that would be it.
All right, that's fair. All right, Saoirse, you're steady playing your violin. What would you like to do?
Well, I will say what I'm about to. I did plan this even before, like, you mentioned what Wilhelm saw, so this isn't like a metagaming thing.
I trust you guys. You're good.
Yeah. Saoirse is terrified out of her mind, so she is going to back up into her friends, like, a little more. Like, one step. And that's her turn.
Okay.
And steady play.
All right. So, here's what happens when you move. You trigger an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I figured.
It's okay though. And him gesturing was enough to set you off. You're just whoa. Understandably. What's your AC, Saoirse? With the bonus, of course.
Currently, 20.
20. Very good. I'm gonna give this advantage since it's a sneak attack, basically. 16. You feel a wisp of cold brush against the back of your neck, raising your hackles up as you dodge out of the way.
I'm glad I was playing that song because unmodified, her AC is 16. Dang.
So, it's an attack, so we're going to bring him out of the darkness. Boom. All right. Listener, you're up.
All right. Would it consume my action to make a perception check?
Just a basic perception check?
Yeah, I have spiritualist senses. You know, I would not be surprised if I could simply pierce the veil here a little bit.
Well, are you going to use your spiritualist ability to focus and look, or are you just looking? Let's try that.
I had a thing I wanted to do with my action, so I'm going to say I'm not going to burn a point or anything. This is merely, I am a guy, I'm looking, I have the what's it, you know, I've got spectral awareness.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no, go ahead.
At a basic level.
Give me a perception roll.
You got it. It's big.
26. Forgot how high your perception was.
It's only 7. That was a really good roll.
All right, so
I think you might be thinking of Jimmy.
Yeah.
Different game, different universe.
So I'm just going to show you because you can see them all.
Yes.
Nobody else can though. Keep that in mind.
Yes. But
Except for this
Except for
one.
that one, yeah.
See what?
I have tricks for that.
Uh-oh.
I can send people mental images.
This is true.
I would like to quickly beam a mental image to everybody. I'm not going to persist it. That would require me setting up the thought stream, and that's an action and a whole bunch of nonsense. And in fact, probably hasn't recharged yet. We did use that.
This is true.
But I can inform everybody that, no, the Shades have definitely infiltrated the back line and give them an idea where they are right now.
Okay.
I would like to bonus action reveal the Sunstone.
Okay.
Just like, I had it on already, so I take it out from behind, like, the little bit of armor I was wearing.
All right. But it still, the illumination hasn't changed because I think you already had it out as an illumination, right?
No, the Sunstone you made, like, dazzlingly bright and, like, really a bit of a lighthouse.
Yeah.
This is the Silver Needle,
Oh, you're pulling...
the Sunstone.
Okay. Pulling the sunstone out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. All right. So, goodness, let's Oops, wrong thing. So yeah, no, that was the right thing. You pull out the sunstone, and it illuminates. Boom. A slightly larger area. Wait, did I do that right?
It's still purple. That's the only difference, I think.
Okay, no, that's the right one. Is it? Why is it purple?
Oh, you set it to purple because of the needle.
Oh, so let's change that.
A dazzling glare. Do the shades react at all?
They recoil from the light, yes.
Perfect. And having done that, I will step forward and use my action to strike this one.
All right. Roll to hit.
Ooh, that's a good hit.
5 damage.
And I will expend a spiritualist point to infuse it with my own essence.
All right, make that roll, please.
Just a 10.
All right.
We should come up with an actual temporary rule for that.
Yeah.
Like how we want to manage that.
It's coming. It's coming.
Just a patchwork one until we get the new system going in the next campaign.
All right. So I'm going to say that your blade cleaves into the creature, which howls and claws at its eyes at the light. It's still there, but it's beginning to kind of flicker as if it's having a hard time holding on to its corporeal form.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Don't worry, this will be some unpleasantness. Then you'll reform elsewhere.
All right. Az.
What creatures?
You can see them now, unless your
Oh.
craziness is coming back.
I don't know, is my craziness coming back?
No, you're actually still pretty calm from the earlier encounter.
Oh, okay. You mean those creatures right there?
Yeah, you should be able to see them now.
Okay. I still don't have jurisdiction here to dispense Shah's mercy. These creatures are already dead. To get here, you've already been judged. So, I can only act defensively.
Okay. You do it taking a dodge action, or?
I'll take a dodge action,
All right.
but
You do still have the axes if you want to go that route, but
I do. Even I haven't even have them pulled out. So let's try that. Let's try that. All right, we'll give them the 1-2. We'll try the ancient golden dwarven battle axe.
all right, go for it. Same,
And-
the one right there next to you.
Yeah, and then we'll hit him with the other hand, the crackstone axe, which is silvered.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of twirl them and then come down, boom, land your hits on this thing's what would have been its shoulders, and it squeals this high-pitched, horrible sound that escalates through about 2 octaves, and then just pops, and it disappears.
Twirl the axes again. Supreme Grandmaster, you think the glaive is the only weapon I know how to use?
All right, so we're back to them. Goodness, what do I want to do?
I have a quick question.
What's your question?
Does the held action wait until it's my turn again, or can I do something now?
You did
held
hold an
action
action, and it hasn't
Goes
come back around.
Triggered.
And there is now an enemy in range that you know about.
Yeah, I
What do you want to do?
just want to use my action to disengage and kind of get grouped up with everyone else that I can now that I can see these things, and
Well,
I still know that they're like spirits, so like I can't really do anything.
if you step back, you're going to step into the structure behind you.
Yeah.
You
I
also
can't-
held your action to attack something with your brain, as you put it.
So I can't disengage to go this way.
Not until your next turn.
yeah.
You have to hold action to do a specific thing with a specific trigger.
Yeah, you can on your action, though.
Okay, well, we'll just let the held action go then.
Okay.
Because this doesn't make any sense for me to try to hit a spirit when I just finished saying that I can't hit a spirit.
You did just watch the both of us hit spirits.
With, like, weapons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so I can just chuck this one at that one.
You could try to. Or you could try to hurl debris at them, or you could... You have
Yeah,
a wide variety of options as a mentalist.
Yeah, I'll just, I'll grab this one, and I'll throw it at this one.
Okay.
We're gonna give that a shot.
You want to try and grab?
Might as well try. I mean,
Okay.
I don't.
No, go ahead.
Also, before I do that, is this an action?
This is your held action, basically, yeah. Alright. So give me your roll, please. Don't forget your +1 bonus. You got this.
Where did I put the idiot button? Here, yes. So I roll with the new layout. Lovely. Okay. Not enough bonuses for that shit. Jeez. All right. Well, I miss. Yep.
That's okay. So you reach out. It's kind of a panic move, and it's just wildly unfocused with everything that's going on, and you don't manage to get enough of a physical connection with the creature to grab it. But it was a good try.
Yep.
All right. So, anybody else have any held actions or anything they want to take advantage of before I go? Uki,
I don't. So I had a held action to strike or to attack.
Yeah, with pitch, I think, right?
Yeah, with pitch.
All right.
But my concern with pitch is, I think right now there might be a collateral damage of a party member.
It's
That
possible.
depends. Is Mask of Obscurity still up?
Yeah, it could be anybody.
Yeah, because for me it would be that pitch. The area for pitch would be such that I'd want to. It extends so far that I worry about, inflicting damage on a teammate,
a living combatant.
a living combatant.
No, that's fair.
I think I'll have to hold my action.
Would you like to make a melee attack with pitch?
Yeah.
I will let you. Said you were holding an attack with pitch. It doesn't have to be fired. You could just flip that thing around and try to butt it.
Oh, that's true. Okay, well, I'm gonna do that on that one that's right next to me. So
Go for
You
it.
said bop.
Yeah.
boom.
That's an Uki thing to do right there.
Oh yeah. Definitely. So what type of how would that
Just do a basic melee attack, strength based.
basic melee strength base?
Yeah. So proficiency plus strength bonus.
That would be. Jeez, I'm so rusty. So that would be essentially to do a. What would I need to roll on my? How would I enact that on the sheet?
Do a d20 plus your strength plus your proficiency, which is 5. What's
Okay.
your strength mod?
My strength mod is. What is my strength mod? It should be. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, it's 5.
Okay.
And my proficiency bonus is 4, I
5.
think.
5.
Or, is it 5? Yeah, I didn't up
Because
that.
of the level, yeah.
Oh, right. That was the one thing. That's why my sheet got frozen, is because I was trying to go and figure out how to fix that.
Oh.
So I'm doing a D20, and I'll get to add both my proficiency bonus and my strength,
Yep.
and a +1
And
from.
+1.
Okay, so D20 plus 11, basically.
Do it. 8
Okay.
19.
Plus 11 would be 30.
28 plus 11?
Wait. 19 plus.
What? 8
What did I forget?
plus 11.
Oh,
Eight
got
plus
it.
11.
I didn't see. I didn't see you said 8. Okay,
No, you're good. So, no, 19,
19. Okay.
which clocks it. Roll a d4 plus your strength bonus.
Okay. 1 second. The dog was chewing something up. What that should have been. D4 plus my strength bonus.
Yes.
Okay. So that will be a D4. 4 plus my strength bonus.
9.
Yeah, 9.
Pitch counts as a magical weapon, so you connect. Pow! That thing looks shocked that you managed to do that.
Jeez.
Don't be trying to sneak up on me. Ain't got time for that.
Pow! All
I'm
right.
not having none of this today.
All right. Are there any other held actions? No? I think that's
think
it.
that's it.
All right. All right. So in that case, goodness. You know I like to do these things random, so Wilhelm, he's gonna go for you, which I know Wilhelm would probably prefer. What's your AC plus 4?
17 total.
17 total. That's with the plus 4.
Yep, Wilhelm only has a 13.
All right. Not an advantage, at least. Oh, God. All right. 12 points of void damage as it rakes across you. Plus the -1 con.
How long have we been in here?
Is this an out of character question or in
Well-
character?
Might be completely mute. That stuff I applied on the outside spirit realm.
Mm-hmm.
Would that still be active?
Oh, you're talking about the anti-shade?
The shade
Yeah.
goop.
Oh, yeah, your magic anti-shade goo.
It was still working in our first combat on the inside.
No, that's true. You know what? I'm gonna let it ride. You managed to cancel. I'm gonna say that you're gonna take half damage from the physical, but no con damage. Okay.
Okay.
So 6 points of void damage as your concoction actually kind of lights up at the hit, repelling the actual drain. Good call. Good call. All right. Let's see. Next one. This one's definitely going after you, Uki, because you popped him. What's your AC plus 4?
Oh, I'll have to check 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to step away and take a dog out.
No, you're good.
Let's see.
It's probably much greater than 8.
Yes, it is
So
definitely.
you're good. I can save you some hassle there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, my AC is 23.
Oh yeah, you're good. Genesis, what about you? Plus 4.
My AC is 22 with the total.
Oh, look at you go.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, look at you. You
That's
actually.
The song is really coming in clutch. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. You see it kind of bounce off the protective barrier that the song has created around you, and that brings us around to you, Uki.
Okay. Let's see. We are going to. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna clock this one again.
All right, go for it.
Okay, and that was we did just a straight D20, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Plus the strength and the constant.
Oh, look at
Yo.
that! Look at that!
No.
You
Damn.
just critted with the butt of a pistol.
Crit clock. I love it.
So yeah, give me a D4 plus, what was it, 5 plus your strength bonus?
Yep. Let's see. So D4.
Let me 2d4 because crit.
I'm just gonna double it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So,
All right, so-
7, 14 damage.
Boom, baby. Boom.
Damn.
Boom.
14
boom.
damage. You connect solid. Like, just, you feel like that moment of just perfection of movement where the grace and the strength come together and just nail this thing right upside the head. It spins around twice and howls as it dissipates and vanishes from the battlefield.
I love that Uki clocked it to death.
Alright, just go ahead and take this now.
The butt of the gun is also magic.
It is it not? It is. Now, that was one attack.
That was one attack. Uki's about to come unglued.
Yeah, I can take an extra
You still
attack.
have 2 more.
There's 2 more, yeah.
Go for it. What do you want to do?
Got the pistols. Boom, boom.
All right, firing pistols.
Yep, firing
Alright,
pistols.
roll to
Okay,
hit.
So, and let's see. Yeah, so that's the first one with +1. Oh wait,
+1 to hit.
Yep. Yep.
You definitely hit.
so that's 1, and then I'm gonna do another one. Boom.
Both of those hit, and that's sharpshooter and the damage total.
Yeah,
Okay.
sharpshooter and yeah.
24, 34, 40. This one.
Yes.
You pepper this thing, just bam, and it howls and falls backwards, dissipating.
I'm just gonna kind of take my pistol and just go
Classic.
blow on it, kind of cool off a little bit, clear out the powder, that residual there for a moment.
It's good to have Uki back.
Oh, and yeah, and that's good, because keep in mind, the good thing is I'm glad it went well, because yeah, because I have close quarters shooting, but these did not stand a chance. So
No, you just obliterated them.
right,
All right,
all set.
Genesis, you're up.
I use my action to disengage, and I run away. I run over near Uki because Uki's killing him left and right, and I am not equipped. I have a short bow and a torch. I am not ready to melee with whatever that is, okay?
Okay. No, that's
So
fair.
you just see this random bundled person just running full tilt towards you to get behind you, like.
Yes, the living combatant just ran over there. Not really sure who they are, but yeah, they must be with you. All right. So Wilhelm, you're up.
I am going to take the full defensive action
Okay.
and just kind of stay there looking around.
All right.
Maybe make myself appear slightly bigger.
All right. Threatening. All right. Saoirse.
Alright, Saoirse's going to keep playing and back it up a bit. That's
Fair.
her turn.
Fair
That's my
enough.
turn.
Listener.
I will step forward.
All right.
Bop.
Roll to hit. 20.
Badam.
Okay. Yeah. Roll damage for the spiritualist emphasis.
We haven't set a damage dice for it. What do you think the damage dice should be for that?
You know what? Let's leave it to chance. What do you say?
Roll a 1d100.
Not the person.
Yeah, no, not the person. roll a d6 for me.
All right. So
Okay.
1.
Okay. So yeah, it's a minimal amount. What I was gonna do is if you rolled a 6, we were going to explode the dice.
Oh, that'd be super funny.
So yeah, let's do that from now on. What do you say?
Exploding d6. That sounds like a great time.
Okay. So yeah, but for now it's just an additional 1. You do make contact, and it snarls at you. It's angry. Anything else for you?
No, that's all I'm at.
All right.
I'm right in its face.
Yes, you are.
Seems good.
Az, what about you?
Looks like outside voice has got this under control.
You're gonna leave it to him.
Yeah, I'm open to it.
It's gonna be real slow if you leave it to me.
That's fine. I'm going over here.
Wow, he's fast. Most of those are not in combat.
They are now.
They're not even hostile. They're not even shades.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll just come over here and cut this one in half then.
All right. Roll to hit. That hits. The first one, obviously, though,
I don't think hits.
did not. So, I always forget to. I always forget to pull this up in advance. Let's see here. Go ahead and give me a roll. Let me see. Let me get my chart pulled up. Sorry. D100.
46.
He was ready. Did you see that?
Mm.
Oh. Ow. Okay. That was the right hand, right? The golden.
Yeah, that was the golden dwarven battle axe.
Okay. So
It's ancient.
you kind of misjudge it. You're not used to the weight of this dwarven axe, and it's pretty hefty. And you kind of misjudge it, and the thing's kind of shimmering and shifting as far as its physical form already. And you actually kind of pass through it with the haft missing, and hit the stone structure behind it, and
Oops.
you crack the bones in the back of your hand.
Ow.
Ouch.
I'm gonna give you the second one. Though I'll let you continue. You're a warrior. The crackstone does still hit. And that will actually be enough to destroy the remaining creature. However, you do have a broken hand.
My
Right hand.
hand.
So
I
you
used that. Ow.
that'll give you disadvantage until it's mended.
I can take care of that.
But we're out of initiative, so
I will tuck the sunstone back away,
all right.
resuming lighting it with the smaller emanation of the silver needle.
There we go. The light dims. It's almost sad as you're plunged once more into the gloom.
I certainly don't prefer it, but I must conserve the sunstone.
As you are in a significant amount of pain.
The hand really hurts. Doctor,
Can
could you take a look at this? I came down on the swing rung, and it really reverberated and made my bones sing, and not in a fun way.
Certainly, let me take a look at it. And I would like to inspect his hand.
Alright. I won't even make you roll for a broken hand.
Well,
You want to set it and wrap it?
yep.
Okay. Give me a basic medicine roll. What?
Can I help with that?
What do you want to do?
I don't know, just assist with the role. I don't know, I'm not good at it or whatever, but
Yeah, no, I'll let you assist.
I mean, I'm right here, so I might as well.
The medicine roll, you'll basically, he's already got advantage, so you'll add a +4 to it with your assistance.
Awesome.
Nurse Genesis. So no, you set the bone, crack real quick. You know, you're a professional. It's even impressive to you as to see him just kind of grab it and say, okay, now I'm going to count to 3. 1, and he sets it. It's a little painful, but he immediately gets out with Genesis' assistance, begins to wrap the hand very tightly, keeping the bones set and in place. You are going to have some dysfunction with that hand until it actually heals, and the potentiality that the wound will be aggravated. So this is a vulnerability. You want to keep that in mind. You can still fight. Extended fights are going to be a problem. If you start continually getting into combat, it's going to aggravate the wound. Okay? Okay.
And we will need to change those bandages out periodically. Because we want to make sure that the wound doesn't get infected or anything.
At least the blood stayed inside.
Yeah.
That's not always a good thing.
There are many other things that could cause issues.
So, with Wilhelm's attentive care, right, and with a lack of aggravation and further damage, that hand will heal in 2 weeks.
That's pretty good. That's a very long time, but that's pretty good for a broken hand.
Yeah.
At least he wouldn't breathe in chlorine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you well enough to go on?
What, this?
That's nothing.
Yes. Has your wound been dressed?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Oh, very well. Then let us proceed.
Okay.
From having been above ground seeing the spirits, you would never have guessed there were so many shades here.
So,
They're so much rarer above.
as you're walking and talking, I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
You kind of begin your walk down this cobblestone path. It's a very wide path. At the end of it, there is a large structure built into the side of this mountain or cavern, whatever it is, the natural stone. It's elegantly carved with strange sigils and in a language that none of you really seem to be able to understand, at least not at a glance. There's a lot of strange carvings around it of weird creatures that you don't recognize and faces that seem to shift and turn and move in the stone when you're not looking. Though when you look at them dead on, they're completely still. There's a certain transient, intangible quality to the entire structure, even though it seems to be hewn directly into the stone itself. Set into the very center of it is a large arched passageway. Within, there's a faint, soft, greenish-blue light glowing down what appears to be a set of stairs carved into the rock.
I approach it. I do not enter, and I wait for the party.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I don't think we should go in there.
I have my
like that.
suspicions also.
I think that counts as going into one of these inescapable buildings.
That's my fear, but also that's the only bit of color that we've seen in this realm. Might it be a portal out?
It's an illusion.
Down some stairs. We can't see any of the source itself.
No.
Okay.
the stairs kind of go over an event horizon, so to speak. It is the first real internal light source that you've seen since you got here, though.
Yes. Listener appears lost in thought for a moment.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
Saoirse is waiting for the input of listener because she has no idea what this is actually.
All right.
She thinks listener might know. She said, "Oh, this might be a portal out." She don't know shit. She's looking for listener to kind of clarify.
Okay. Uki?
I think that so while you were doing a little bit of healing and people are kind of getting their bearings, I will have just kind of taken the pistols and done a real quick, not completely breaking them down, but just sort of, just make checking over. Also having taken pitch, take a quick look, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But just making sure everything's ready for the next use.
Make sure you didn't damage pitch by beating the crap out of a ghost with it.
Yeah, I have a feeling Pitch isn't going to have any issue with that.
Pitch seems to be doing just fine. That was hilarious. That might be the kill of the night right there. So
I'd like to get the arquebus back
Oh, yes, of course.
all right.
before I forget, and it's left on the ground.
So,
I'm gonna put it away.
all right. So Uki, Wilhelm, and Az, you're kind of hanging back.
I
Yeah.
don't think we should go in there.
Okay. No, I'm asking it for a reason. Because everyone, remember, your tokens are where you stand. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Saoirse, Genesis, and Listener,
Yes.
as you're kind of staring down this strange structure, I need all three of you to give me will saves, please. Or excuse me, wisdom saves. Sorry. Think terminology.
Oof.
All right. This is going to be difficult. Listener,
Yes.
in your mind, and in your mind, yeah, I know you probably don't mind me saying this out loud, even though it's in your mind, do you?
No, of course not.
Okay. In your mind, you hear something you haven't heard in a very, very long time. The murmuring whispers of the collective.
My head tilts up.
As you look around the structure, the faces that seem to move when you're not looking at them, they all seem to be Ogham, and they all seem to turn and look at you.
No.
Genesis,
Yes.
from down the hallway where the light is, the stairs.
If you're wondering if you should say this out loud or message me, I would prefer it be kept secret. If that's a question.
Well, no. This everyone would be able to hear this,
Oh, okay. Cool.
but from down the stairs, and the significance will be not lost on you, whereas everyone else won't really fully get what's going on here.
Mhm.
You hear the sound of an infant crying.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a sound that strikes a severe chord with you because it's familiar in a very significant way. Saoirse,
Yes.
as you're watching, two of the faces in the stone, like I said, you're kind of marveling at the way they shift and turn when you're not looking at it, but you notice two of the faces look a lot like your parents.
Oof.
But in your mind, you're like, no, this is just the trickery of this foul place.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially considering what happened a little bit earlier whenever they first entered the realm. She just shakes her head and just, steals up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'll let you guys react as you will.
Listener's tilting his head back and forth, and he's just saying, no. No. You are not here. None of us should ever have been here.
The murmuring goes louder. There's an accusing tone to it.
Impossible. You burnt it out of me. I will never hear you again.
It continues to grow louder.
No.
What is everyone seeing listener do right now, physically? Because I know they're not hearing him.
He's vibrating in place a little bit, and listener is mostly translucent. Everyone knows this. Those who were there may recall that when he was excommunicated, it literally burnt out the portions of the Ogham structure that were used to communicate with the collective. It left traces of black along those major arteries. Those seem to be pulsing a little bit. Still very black.
Okay. Genesis, what are you doing? Feel free to play this out how Genesis would react.
We're gonna make a couple rolls here.
Okay.
We're gonna do some stuff. And oh, that's really bad. Okay. We're going in. We're going in.
Are you just
We're just gonna
running in?
Yep.
Okay.
How much of a chance do we have to catch her?
Well, you
no
are.
questions asked.
I'm
just go.
struggling.
Yeah,
We're
you're distracted.
Yep.
Saoirse's
gone.
gonna reach out and try and grab her.
Do you even know who that is?
Okay. All right, Saoirse.
It's just some nobody. Let him go.
I'm gonna
How'd
treat
they
this.
even get here?
I'm gonna treat this. Well, yeah, that's true. I'm gonna treat this as a like a surprise attack. In a way, because Genesis taking off and the fact that they have that effect going already kind of puts you at a disadvantage as far as expecting this to happen.
Yep, and I wouldn't consciously let it drop because
Yeah.
we're already distracted.
So, but I will still give you a chance to grab. But I want you two to roll off on initiative first.
Okay.
By you two, do you mean me and?
Yeah, Genesis and Saoirse.
Okay. I'm not gonna beat that. Let's go.
No chance?
Probably not. Yeah, no.
Okay. So Saoirse's moving quick. So I'm gonna give basically if you would beat the initiative roll, you would have just bolted through. So this is Saoirse getting a chance to grab you. Go ahead and make your attack, a physical attack.
Okay. What do you want me to roll with? Strength or dex or what?
Strength, just a melee attack. There's
Okay.
there's nothing graceful about what's happening. This is kind of a
Yeah.
whoa.
Emergency grapple.
Look
Nice
at
emergency
that.
grapple.
Okay, nice.
What's your AC? Genesis?
With the song going, or it's
No,
not
it's not
going?
going.
Song's over.
Okay. I think. Let me double check this. It is an 18.
Meet or beat. So So Saoirse manages to kind of basically grab you by the collar as you're attempting to run past. Do you let that stop you? Or are you going to try and pull away? It's just a one-handed grab at this point.
What, it's not a clothesline?
Just go with however Genesis would react right now. Even if it's just an angry thing, it could be, I don't know.
I feel like we've moved past that.
Your call.
I mean, even if there is a slight chance that, like, I just want to see, you know, like, I just let me. I just want to see.
The crying grows louder and more urgent. It's so evil.
Like, I know what this place is. My mind is aware of it.
It also wouldn't shock you that you would hear that here, though, if you know what this place is.
True.
What if it is what I think it is? What if it is? Like,
what if it is? You go with your gut reaction on this. You know Genesis better than anyone. I will accept whatever you choose.
Stuck between being disappointed in my own character and actually doing what, like, they're like, she's just gonna go. She's going for it. She's gonna just keep moving. Like,
Pull
you're
away.
gonna have to physically restrain her to keep her from going down this corridor thing. Like,
let's get.
I want to know.
Let's get contested strength rolls, okay?
I'm gonna lose that one. This is great. Okay.
I don't know. Saoirse has a -1 mod.
Go ahead.
Just hope that your dice fail you in this instance, Genesis.
They've been doing that all night. Come on, roll 20. Continue to be consistent.
All right, roll a 1.
Oh, jeez. Apparently, I'm just Popeye over here. Let's go.
Brilliant. Okay, so she rips out of your grip, Saoirse, just frantic. Eyes wide. Whoever this person is, you're kind of confused. Like, who is this? What's going on? They tear away and just bolt into the passageway. So we're gonna.
Out of character, I don't think the Mask of Obscurity would, like, stop Saoirse from, like, recognizing Genesis.
I can get the sheet thing. Hang on. I'm doing it again.
Rip.
Let me get the. Yeah, I have the ability. I just don't. I'm just being lazy. I haven't corrected the. What's it?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Where is it? Yeah. This. Yes. Took me a minute. Yeah. So, observer is not to notice them. A faint memory of a nondescript individual, and won't be able to remember more detail than that.
It can be countered with an intelligence save. If you want to make an intelligence save, you can to notice. Well, that's fair.
I mean, but the thing is that it's a passerby. Like, it's not. Doesn't say anything about, like,
this entire time
friends.
though.
Yeah, no, it
has worked on us.
Yeah, we would be retro if we were retro. We'd be retro.
Yeah, I always interpreted this entire time as we, just kind of forgot that, like, Genesis was there, not that we didn't recognize her at all.
Well, it's more that you just don't really notice their features.
Brain refuses to contain the face.
It's a trick. It's kind of like why you never remember the carpet of any casino you've ever been in.
The unrecognizable pattern. I think I made the save.
Yeah. But no, go ahead, Saoirse, make your save. Okay, yeah, you probably. So you just don't recognize the person. it's enough that you're tricked to not notice details, but there's still some part of you like that feels like you need to protect this person. So you did make the attempt. Genesis tears on down the hallway, which everyone who can see that far will notice. Listener, you kind of get jostled as they go by you. However, the whispers are still bothering you.
Saoirse will clap her hand on Listener's shoulder and say, "Listener, what's going on? Are you okay?"
They couldn't possibly be here. None of us could be here.
Who?
The voices continue, listener. You are needed.
May I make an attempt to shake them?
You are needed. Enter the portal.
May I make an attempt to shake them?
Sure, go for it.
Another wisdom save.
Yeah.
Also, Saoirse
little
did
better.
ask who.
Yeah. So you're kind of starting to shake it off at this point. Like they're still there. They're still present, still pressing you, but you're using your own mental fortitude to push them out.
Yeah.
Who, Listener?
We could not possibly be here. It's only me.
Listener, who?
We. They're not here. He's starting to pull out of it. He takes a step away. The collective could never have been here.
Oh. Listener, I think whatever that is, it's playing tricks on us. I don't think it affected me, but the shifting faces in the stone. I did see my parents and two of them.
Yes. And I saw Genesis run in.
This is true.
Oh no, Genesis!
Let us gather, everyone. Friends. Would you prefer to die together or separately? From me, at least.
Solid question.
Well, together.
As Uki, Wilhelm.
I think you need to elaborate on that a little more. What I mean by that is, as I've said before, it's not that I do not fear dying. It's that I do want that when my end comes, it's due to my own choice or inaction. I'm obviously part of this group, but I do think that we make sure that if we have to make a life or death decision, if at all possible, that we make that decision together.
Yeah.
So yes, I would prefer to be surrounded by my comrades. If I can't be with my loved ones and those dear to me, not to say that my comrades here have not become as a part of my own tribe.
Well said. Genesis was drawn into the tunnel at the end of the road by a very tempting voice. It speaks in the voices of those who may have known you in the past. I do not know if it bears the same curse as the other buildings. I do not know if, once entering, we may leave at all. I do know that if we walk away, Genesis will never come out.
Wilhelm, are you talking? If you are, I'm not hearing you. Sorry.
gonna cycle.
Yep.
Here it comes.
There you go.
I believe we have to go after her.
I owe many debts to all of you.
Also, I thought I heard a crying baby. Very much wish to check that out.
Also
Do not
fair.
trust the things you hear. Whatever is in there lies.
Have I mentioned that we can't be here?
Many times, and I feel it grows truer with each saying.
So what's the plan?
If you wish, I will go in alone and see if I can retrieve Genesis. You have a chance, I admit it is not a grand one, of escaping this place without me. No takers?
I only speak for myself, but I vote that we all go together. Or at least I'm going with.
Then unto the breach. Bonk.
All right, you go through.
Yep. If we're dying here, this is how my character would die.
All right.
Y'all going through together?
Is that everybody going through? As?
Fine.
Fine. I love
I
it.
would say Uki has a semblance. Uki has an idea of who she may hear, and it might actually help with closure for her, but it might be difficult for others. So thank you, learner, for what you've shared with us, so that I will be mentally prepared.
You know what's up.
I am.
Yeah, and I'm gonna send a message to learner and basically
Listener.
a listener. I'm sorry.
That's all
I
right.
am learning stuff every day, but that's
to listener. So listener, I'm going to send you a message, and this is for you alone. And so you'll know essentially what it is, so that I am listener. I will share this with you, so that you can help should I have a moment of distress, that you can help to guide me and others. Okay?
all right.
So when you say you know what she's hearing, do you mean what, like, your she's hearing, or what my she's hearing?
What Uki suspects that we've now been the rest of the party's been prepared that we may hear things that shouldn't be, and based on that, Uki has a assumption, so that it's that she's that the anticipation of who I may encounter from the spirit realm.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
So as the rest of you near the portal, and since you're already going in, I'll just say, Uki, you do hear the voice that you're expecting to coming from down that hallway into that strange illumination. Wilhelm, you hear dozens of voices, each one familiar, calling out to you for help. Every patient you've ever lost on an operating table, every person that you've ever watched slip away from disease or old age or injury that you were unable to help, each calling out to you. As you yourself, as you approach the gate, you hear so many voices of your fellows. Yes, that is correct, Snax. That is correct. As you hear the voices of your fellow masters of the seasons calling out for your help, you hear the sounds of battle, your fellow countrymen falling one by one somewhere down that hallway. But as you each enter the hallway, the coldness seems to grow even more present. You step onto the stairs. Each step seems to echo in a way that kind of makes your skin crawl. Each one seems just a little bit louder than your ears would like. The light grows brighter and brighter as you go down, but never quite above just a dim glow, and the stairs wind slowly down. Do, 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 until you come out.
Ooh, shit.
I don't know if you guys can probably see everything, huh?
There's a couple of light sources.
Okay, so you...
Not the whole map.
Okay, so no, that's good. Okay.
I can see where we are, and I can see where that is.
Okay.
But
Well, here, let me get...
that's it.
Let's see here.
The things that obviously look like they're supposed to be light sources are light sources.
Okay. Well, let me get your needle going. There you go.
Thank.
All right. So you exit out Genesis. You guys are kind of coming out as a group. But yeah, Genesis is standing at the base of these stairs, holding something in her arms. Her back is to you. Genesis, I will let you play that out from there. I think we all know, well, I think you know what you're holding.
Listener approaches because he's still, he's still got that successful save. Genesis, I tap your shoulder.
I turn around slowly. Like 80% of this character's face is covered,
Yes.
but you can somehow still tell that like there's a mix of contentment and like slowly impending panic in the eyes. Like, just let me be at peace, please. Just no, hey.
Listener is remarkably good at letting people be at peace. He's got a good trick for that. So he's gonna draw you into his mental space, just like big, empty, whispery room.
The room is filled with the smell of baby powder.
And Genesis, just so we can keep this in theme with what your character is actually dealing with and feeling, what would Saoirse, the empath, be getting from you right now? Because I imagine you would have a hard time shielding that.
Do you ever have someone that you really love cook you a bad meal? That's what this is right now. Like, you don't want to eat it, but at the same time, you really do.
I like that. That's interesting. Okay.
The most mixed emotion that exists.
It's like, oh yeah, it's great. Yeah. Let me just get some water here. Yep. I'll definitely have seconds. Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's what you're getting.
Saoirse will come up, put her hand on Genesis's shoulder, and say, "Genesis."
Like, I still have this mask up, but I'm gonna kind of let that.
Gonna let that what?
You gonna let the mask down? Genesis, you still with us? Did we lose her?
I can hear a big think happening on the other side of that microphone. Big ol' think is happening.
If she didn't accidentally mute herself.
No, she's not muted.
They disappeared from Roll20.
If you mute her from the mic level, it won't, show in Discord.
Oh no.
Ghinkgo has pointed out powerful knowledge.
Yeah, she dropped to Roll20.
The internet is gone at the key moment.
Overheated. Okay.
Rip.
The pain.
So, timing, huh? All right. Well, I'll tell you. While Master Miss is getting that sorted, actually, here I meant to have this here. Boom, boom, boom. There.
Position everything carefully.
Yeah. And these aren't shades, by the way.
Oh yeah, this is just the
Residuals.
Residuals, yeah.
So everybody's attention was on Genesis as you came out of the portal, and what Genesis was doing, and it's kind of weird.
Sorry.
Oh, welcome back. I was just gonna say, as everyone's focused on you, I wanted to say, Uki, you look up the stairs. You in particular, since you would be looking, and there's a familiar countryman standing at the top of the stairs watching you.
Sorry, I last thing I heard was Genesis, and that's it.
Yep, with Saoirse's hand on her shoulder. That's all she said.
Yeah, I don't think you missed anything. You're good.
So we're gonna let the mask of obscurity drop, and then this kind of, I want to say like a 2-inch little 3-foot high fence thrown up by the most distracted architect you've ever seen in terms of like emotional partitioning pops up, and you're like, the fuck is this? If you even pay attention to it. It's just like a pathetic attempt from somebody who's just way far gone with whatever's down this hole, right?
The things here are not truly here.
But what if it is?
It cannot be. It
Genesis.
tried to tell me the collective was here. And the parts of me that are meant to hear them do not even exist anymore.
And though I didn't experience what you and Listener did, I did see the faces of my parents in the stone above the archway. This place is trying to play tricks on us. Truly.
Has played tricks on us. Very successfully.
She has one hand clutching like a gingham wrapped bundle, and it's odd. It's odd in a way like you would notice this. The gingham is really like, it's like a homemade sort of fabric that someone would have to sit down at a loom to make. Which, given that she's a Venturite, doesn't make any sense.
Where did you get that?
Just leave me.
So, Genesis, as you're stumbling over your words, which is completely understandable, and everyone's kind of focused, this looming presence has been slowly kind of just drifting down the stairs and is now standing kind of in front of you all. Uki, much to your surprise. But as the presence gets close enough and kind of comes into your periphery, I imagine, do you look?
Oh, sure.
Standing there is the tattered image with a missing leg and arm of Chilele.
No! No! The trauma! Ah!
Yeah, as
This-
you wouldn't
I-
recognize them.
Uki's been standing there very quiet this whole time, and just sweating a bit profusely, and yeah.
Listener, of course, recognizes Shillelagh
Mhm.
and has been given a warning by Uki relevant to this moment. But he's very puzzled for a couple of reasons. One, thus far, spirits, in his experience, don't really bear the wounds that killed them. Usually not.
But so is he seeing? Well, so is everyone seeing the confusion I have?
Oh, everyone sees all these spirits, yes.
Oh, okay. So we see whatever the person. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if it was like each. You see a spectral image, and we all look at it and we all interpret it as something different. But instead, you're saying there's essentially one that's present. It's maybe almost manifested from us, but then everyone else is able to see that manifestation
Correct.
as we. Okay, got it. Thanks for that.
No worries, no worries.
This is what I do. I reach out. Is this an actual spirit, and is it actually Shillelagh?
It's definitely an actual spirit.
Okay.
The spirit's attention is fixed on Uki.
Can I wrest it away slightly? An insistent knocking at the door of the spirit's mind.
Yeah, give me your
Spiritual
spiritual stroll, please.
You got it.
Solid. Shillelagh's spirit turns to you very slowly, kind of locks its eyes on you and looks you up and down, and vocally says, "You always did talk too much," and then turns her attention back to Uki.
Uki.
She did recognize me. Or pretended to, at least.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Uki?
Uki looks at her, and despite having been prepared coming in, she takes a deep breath and she says, "Sister, is it truly you?"
Don't you recognize
Your
me?
spirit should have been released, although while your body did not return home, we did honor your death. Everyone here was with me when we went to Stonebridge, and I spoke to your grandfather, and I spoke to your brother, and is it you?
She very quietly kind of cocks her head to one side, shakes her head, and says, "Everyone abandoned me. I was pushed out, beat down, broken. And even when I thought I had found something new, I was left to burn in the waters, to be devoured by some strange, horrible creature that tore at me, laughed at my pain. I was powerless to do anything, and now what? I'm expected to be happy to see you."
Saoirse just looks hurt and confused at this. Because she knows that Shillelagh intentionally stayed behind, like, to be on guard, and she told us that she was going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So Saoirse hasn't said anything. She's just like, she just looks hurt and confused.
And Uki is confused because I think that, you know, that I look at everyone and I say, you said she chose to stay behind. I said, but yes, you were treated so horribly and so terribly, but we looked for you. I looked for you. That's how I found these people. And it's because your grandfather and so many of us felt you had been so wronged, and you were like a sister to me. I mean, you were my sister. And your brother and I and others, we were sent out, you know, there it created quite such a divide within. One that I don't think I would hope we would ever have again.
Saoirse's going to walk over to Uki. Get done real quick.
Go ahead. Uki, what were you saying?
Oh, it's just that, you know, the things that you know, there's so much that happened after you left. There's so much, and I didn't want to be there. I couldn't be there at that time, but your grandfather's feeling like, this is not acceptable. This is not, and my mother was like, this will not do, and so your grandfather sent several of us out to bring you home one way or another. And as far as I know, your brother is still out looking for you, if he's not actually received word.
And yet I find you here, traveling with my killers. I bet you believed everything they told you without any question. Let me guess.
Wait, what?
They told you about a prophecy, and that they were on some special mission to save the world, or something similar of that. Does that sound familiar? Because this is the same bag of nonsense that was tied around my neck before I was thrown into the depths, deep beneath the crust of the Becklerite territories, where they drug me.
Listener is going to take he's going to strike a pose, he's going to plant his feet, and in a commanding mental tone, Spectre, I do not believe you. I could easily be a killer and a liar, but I met Chilele. She would have died laughing trying to strangle that puddle.
Well,
I command you, show your true form.
Oh, we're going spiritualist on this, are we?
We're going spiritualist. Ghosts don't lie to me.
All right. Give me a your power check, please.
All right.
As Genesis tries to comfort the bundle in her arms.
Can I have advantage for having insulted it roundly? And taking a confident pose.
No, I won't give you advantage on this one, but I will let you make the roll.
It's a pretty good roll, actually.
That is a pretty good roll.
And that's without advantage, too.
See? You didn't even need it.
Never needed it. And I juice it, I spend the point.
So, you're juicing it too, huh?
Yeah, this is a resource being consumed.
Give me a d6 roll.
Right. That's better.
All right.
That's better than last time.
So, yeah, that's 30. All right, so the Chilele whips her attention over to you, listener. and kind of her lips curl into a snarl. And she leans forward and says, "You shut your non-existent mouth." Listener, how do I want to do this?
Only you know what you're doing.
I'm here. I'm gonna whisper, even though everyone can probably see it in Roll20. I'm gonna whisper. Is the command still whisper?
I do not know.
Always use the /W.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, good. I gotta learn how to spell. My God. Alright, so Uki, how are you responding to these accusations that these people killed Chilele and have been lying to you this whole time?
I would say that I'm struggling right now with my constitution at the same time that I feel like the tone and there's just something that does seem off.
Mm-hmm.
Although it has been such, quite a bit of time, and yet I have now spent how long with this group? So I feel that I'm just kind of in. I'm almost into a, I guess, fawn or just frozen there, trying to make sense of this. Shaking a little now, and trying to understand, trying to. So I feel like I'm reaching out to listener, and saying help.
Yeah, this Saoirse is going to step forward and say, "Uki, recall this place. It lies to us.
So,
Chilele told us that she was going to stand guard. This isn't Chilele."
yes. So, listener, you're asking listener for help. You see
I'm
through his
asking-
eyes.
Yeah.
And he reassures you. This is not Chilele. Even if Chilele had grievance against us, she would simply attempt to kill us.
True.
I know this creature.
True, and she would have succeeded.
They are rare, and they are powerful. But they are not strong enough to lie to me. Creature, I see your true form. Abandon this disguise, and raise your twisted claws. You end here.
Chilele looks at you, Uki, waiting for your reaction. Almost as if expecting you to react, expecting you to come to her defense.
In listener's vision, it is a hideous creature, a twisting shape of claws and darkness, fueled only by hate.
I look at it, and I kind of stand up, take a deep breath, and I say, "You aren't Chilele, because if you were, these people would not be standing here now."
Okay. As you say this, the illusion fades. And you find something standing before you much worse.
So much worse.
Oh no!
As the malignant spirit rises to its full height, towering over you with this wicked, vile grin of needle-like teeth and green, sickly growing eyes hidden deep within the darkness of the folds of shadow that entwine its form.
Who dat?
So, it says, "Well, then I suppose I'll just have to devour you then." And I think we'll cliffhang it there.
Hey,
Good time.
hey, Mister,
Yeah.
I know a thing or two about hunger. It doesn't go the way you think it does.
I love how, like, me, last time after we played Cairn, man, I hope we never run into a malignant. Literally, this session.
Immediately.
Uki's response is, well, I hope you packed a lunch because you're going to be here all day.
So, this is going to be a hairy
Hell of a
fight.
fight.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard fight. Genesis is enthralled at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Genesis a chance to break out of that enthrallment with the bundle. As far as the rest of you, like this will be a fight that you need to manage carefully.
Yeah, this is so much more of a pain in the ass than a shade.
Yes, yeah. But you guys did. I was really hoping I could turn Uki. That was a good roleplay, Uki. Good roleplay.
That was getting touchy there.
Yeah, but it is good roleplay for you too, Genesis. You did an amazing job
Yeah.
with how you handled that horror that I threw at you.
Yeah, my main hope in this is that I've been respectful to people who've actually gone through this.
Oh no,
Because
you
I
you
haven't
have been.
at all. So
You have been entirely. Don't worry about that.
okay.
In case you're just joining us or watching, we do touch on some pretty hairy subjects from time to time. Nothing not safe for work, but sometimes not safe for humanity. But I think you guys did amazing. I hope tonight was entertaining as far as moving further deeper into the spirit realm.
Yeah.
I hope the weirdness and terror and uncertainty of the place is coming across real well.
Oh, don't worry, it is.
Oh, yeah, having a great time.
Good. I'm glad. I do want to say real quick, last I checked, I believe we're at 37 of, I think, 50 followers that we need
Oh, fancy.
to ramp up to the next stage of whatever it is on Twitch. Affiliate, that's right. So I will reach out while I have your attention, listeners and players alike. Get the word out. If you haven't followed, please follow the new Neon Lich Twitch site so we can hit affiliate really quickly and start playing with the fun emotes and all that groovy stuff. New channel's doing really well. I'm very proud of everybody that has helped, both created in the back end with Bob and Chris and Daryl, and of course with you guys who have stayed to play. We do have the Kids on Bikes one-shot going already this month, which has been a lot of fun to watch. If you haven't checked it out, it's a really cool system. Some really good players. Next month we'll start the Gamma World one-shot. We're still looking for players for that. I think there's 3 slots left last time I checked. This should be a fun game. So definitely hit up a Discord for that. Beyond that, next week we'll be back with Sigil Confidential. Continuing our story on the Haro specs. That's getting very interesting. Stories are lining up. Things are getting crucial and crazy. You guys are doing really good there. We just finished Star Wars.
Yeah, the arc is complete.
The arc is complete. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that whole campaign with everybody. But we'll be returning in, was it September? August.
I believe you said.
We'll be returning with that in August. I think Chance still has Airbender going.
Yep.
Yep. Avatar Tuesdays. He's got Star Trek stuff coming. He's got a variety of other smaller games.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on with Neon Lich Studios, so definitely join our Discord. Come say hi, get involved. We're going to be having a lot more other stuff. We've got our daily quests already starting to launch in the Discord. Those are just going to expand and get bigger and bigger. Eventually there will be some prizes for those. We've also we're talking to some new sponsors. Keep an eye out for that. And I think we're also planning to start doing some video game nights and movie nights as well. So we're gonna be doing our best to try and provide as much entertainment for you guys as possible. The biggest thing that's on the front burner, which will be happening soon, is the podcast. So keep an eye out for that too. But that being said, you guys are great. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for pretending. And we'll see you guys soon. I'm going to try to find somebody to raid, but I'll do it from the ending screen. But yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you guys soon. Peace out.
Good night.
Good
Goodbye.
night, everyone.
Goodbye.